Brendan Ponton explains what this means for you.
During a General Assembly session that's lasted nearly 2 months so far, Virginia lawmakers passing several big law enforcement reforms, including banning no-knock warrants, banning chokeholds, and making it easier to decertify bad cops. The Virginia State Conference of the NAACP says these were needed.
These bills will impact the African American community in such a way that it should bring a lot of parity in the criminal justice system.
Lawmakers returned to Richmond earlier this summer during a period of unrest and protests across the country. John Jones, the executive director of the Virginia Sheriff's Association, says for the most part they're fine with the reforms that passed and are glad some others failed.
Generally, we're overall somewhat pleased with the results of this session, given the climate of everything when we went in.
But one bill that's passed has led to some questions recently. It would prevent law enforcement officers from pulling someone over solely because they smell marijuana or the car has equipment issues like a burnout headlight. The NAACP says law enforcement have used these reasons to stop and search people's cars when it wasn't needed.
When you apply these rules unfairly, it targeted people that shouldn't be targeted. So we're glad that these type items cannot be used just to pull people over.
But law enforcement groups are worried the legislation is too broad and would allow someone to drive at night with no headlights.
That's a public safety issue.
The bill's sponsor, a Northern Virginia delegate, is working with the governor to clarify and address these concerns. We've
asked the governor to take a look at that and to amend it and slow that train down and maybe look at these offenses individually.
A special session in its final stages that sought to address some major issues in the Commonwealth. In Norfolk, Brendan Ponton, News 3.
You know, you still got some time to register.